Yeah, good stuff, James, and great to have you back at a great time because our racing, I said it yesterday, I can't remember a time when it's been better. And there's a little bit going on. I was just driving home last night thinking about a bit of a topic here. We've sort of divided into three groups up at the top end of our grid at the moment. The Bulls, the Red Bulls, I'm going to call them the chosen ones. I can't remember a time, well, there hasn't been a time in more than 20 years that Red Bull hasn't put someone in their car that is capable of winning a championship, and nothing's changed there. Then we've got this other group of absolute proven race winners, 27 to 33 years in age. You can never discount those three guys, Kostecki, Waters and Mostert. But then we got these two young blokes, 21, 22, Wood and Payne, gate crashers. They've now joined the party, and wow, are they into it. I mean, check this young fella out. I'll bang on about all the time. I love the guy. He's got a lot of spunk about him, bit of character, but he's a class act. He's gone and lost, I think, nearly 15 kilos. He's as fit as a fiddle. And then we did some metrics, just looking at his performance this year. Race pace, improved. Qualifying pace, improved. Lap consistency, improved. Tyre degradation, really important to manage that, improved. Pit stop, out lap speed on cold tyres, improved. He's improving across his game. And then we look at Matt Payne. Well, I had a chat to him on Friday, and I've got to say, this guy for 22 is beyond his years. He's very measured, very considered about the way he goes racing. And look at this. 14th in 2023, 6th in our championship last year. Yesterday moved up to 3rd. So that all gets all really interesting when we talk about this run to the finals. You've got to make it into the 10, right? So those guys, I reckon, are going to be favourites. They're going to have to work for it. But there's this group in here, you know, sort of 8th to 14th, and that's what their consistency looks like. So when I average that out and then average that out a little more and look at their trend lines, what do you notice? Everyone just happens to be trending to 10th spot. So that's going to be fascinating. Right, let's get into a bit of Wanneroo track stuff. Trail braking. The nature of Wanneroo really lends itself to one of the things we call trail braking. It's a bit of an art form in our game. You need to do it at 1, you need to do it at 6 in particular. So let's have a look a bit more specifically at some data. So if we're coming into turn 1, there's our car there, there's the steering wheel. The green one is your throttle, and your red one's your brake. So if I just go along there, you'll see as the car gets to the corner, off the throttle. But what you want you to look at is just bang on the brake, this. This is the art form. You can carry the car into the corner still on the brake, keeping weight on its nose, keeping slip angle in the tyre, we call it, so the car turns, and you can effectively take your braking down right deep into the corner. You can see there, and then the crossover between braking, where he finishes here, and when he gets back on the throttle, is absolutely nothing. So when we look at it in vision, this is going down into the bowl. Now, before we look at this is inside Davey Reynolds' car. For you Gen Xers and whatever it is out there, TikTokers, millennials, wokesters, whatever, see that? That's a clutch. This is a brake pedal. Sorry, this is a clutch, this is a brake pedal. This is his throttle. We used to have those back in the day, and it's an art form to use them. Let's watch what Davey does. As he goes down there, little tap, we call it a love tap on the brakes to bring him up, then a double shuffle on the clutch, right? So he's doing what we call heel and toe, but look at this. Nice and gentle on the throttle. Now, the heel and toe, you've got to brake, blap the throttle, roll over on your heel, blap the throttle to match the engine and what your rear tyre's doing. So as you go down through the gears, otherwise your rear tyres are going to lock up and you're going to end up in the fence. So that's what the heel and toe is about. So when we look at the data of that particular corner, again, we see this same trend where bang on the throttle, and you see here's the bowl, right? And look at this, beautiful. And that's an art form, how you release the brake as you then, look at this, get back on the throttle. And you can see him fighting to get back on the throttle there. But that's a really nice throttle ramp for Davey Reynolds there. We use about 50% of this whole lap is 100% throttle. Right foot, 100% throttle. So if you can just bring that back just a little bit more and make it 51%, that is lap time. So trail braking, an absolute art form in our game.